Okay, so welcome to New Consultant Training Class 3. Tonight, I want to go over what to do at your experiences, particularly a spa experience. You can definitely do color and change things up here and there, but the norm is going to be a spa-based experience. So we're going to cover that tonight, and either in future trainings we'll talk about other things, or one-on-one we can talk, or whatever it may be. But tonight we're going to kind of stick with the home base. And so for your spa experiences, the first thing I want to tell you, as you are anticipating having your first one, or maybe you're prepping for a kickoff one that I'm going to be doing with you or your recruiter, the first thing I want to remind you of is, yes, you want to do things right. And yes, you want to be knowledgeable and have a preparedness to the experience. But number one, most important thing is that the people have a great time, that it's an experience that they enjoy and that they would want to repeat. That's really what's most important. And so I want to encourage you, especially in the beginning, not to let yourself get too focused on the what to do and how to do, to where it's this like, ooh, feeling, but go in and have fun and enjoy serving those women, enjoy creating a special moment for the 1 or 2 or 5 people who are there. And that is going to be more effective at growing your business than, oh, that girl said all the right things, she was so knowledgeable. No, they're going to leave and say, oh my, that was fun. I really liked her. She cared about us and she wasn't pushy, you know? So I hope that is encouraging to you. All right, so now let's talk about what do we actually do when we get there. Here are a few things that you need. You have a document in the training email. There's a document that has the list of the things that you need for an experience, just so that it's there and easy for you to access. And so what you want to have is your flip chart, which is going to have all of the words of what to say, as well as the pictures for the front side. If I can find a good page to show you, just something like this. This is kind of what the front looks like. The back is like printed notes of what to say. So you don't have to have all this memorized. You'll see when I teach, I'm not glued to this anymore, but it's only because of 10 years of practice, okay? So don't be ashamed to read. I think people appreciate. Just tonight, earlier, I had to refer back to this because I couldn't remember what was in the charcoal mask specifically. So it's good. It's a reference. So on a flip chart, you want your demo products. And so for a spa experience, you're going to use the Miracle Set. Then you're going to use the CC cream. I have those somewhere around here. So the CC cream for the right complexions. And then the satin hands that came in your starter kit. That's going to be demoed as well. And then one of the things that I would recommend adding in as soon as you can is a spa treatment. And if you want to start with the most simple, most inexpensive one, the charcoal mask is amazing. And everyone loves it, and it's fantastic. It's only $12 at your half price, so not a hard thing to get a hold of. And it is available in some of those bundles for new consultants. It's in both the Ready, Set, Sell bundle and the following ones. So you can get your hands on this real quick. So that's one. The others that I do offer now are the facial peel and microdermabrasion. They are 3 incredible treatments. They are like amazing. Women love them. And I like to give people choices. I feel like it creates more buy-in because they get to pick. But you don't have to have a spa treatment right away. And you certainly don't have to have all 3 right away. But just telling you what to do. All right, so the other thing you're gonna need is your mirrors and trays. So you're gonna have these with the plastic trays and the facial cloths. So you're gonna want those so you can set up everybody's tray. You will then want your experience survey. This is crucial, crucial, crucial. So you'll want experience survey and the special sheet, front and back. The front is the products and the back is the opportunity. So those 3 documents you want to have. I have headbands for the ladies. Not something you have to have right away, but it is handy, especially like with myself. Got to get the bangs up and out. So I like to have headbands. You can do something like that. And that's really like, that's a setup. I forgot to mention, but I do like to do satin lips at my experiences. I prefer satin lips to satin hands because it's so good and it's a quick victory for their lips. So if you have those things that I just mentioned, you're ready to go. A couple bonus items that you can consider would be clipboards. I got my clipboards from Walmart and I like it because I can put all their paperwork on one, and I give them a pen, which I ordered from Mary Kay, and then their stuff's all together. So that's how I like to do that. I also like to do spray bottles, just a couple on the table so that when they first start washing their faces, they can spritz their fingers and just kind of get it gliding while I'm wetting the facial cloths for them to rinse off. And then special bonus that I think is awesome. I bring a crock pot. This is my mini crock pot. It can hold up to 6 cloths. But I like to put my pink washcloths into a mini crock pot. I press them down in it. I pour a pitcher of water with some lavender oil over them till they're soaked, and then I just plug it in and get it hot. And I love doing that for my clients, and I feel like it is one of the like set apart like things that I provide for them, and they love the lavender smell. So you don't have to start there, but I do recommend that would be a fun thing to get to. All right, so those are the things to have ready, and you have that document that lists those out. So literally you can print it and laminate it or put it in a page protector, and every time you're preparing for an experience in the beginning, like just pull that out. Okay, check, 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 check. Got it. And I like to use this, one of these divider things to put inside my experience surveys and my special sheets, as well as my catalogs, and then like my hostess packets and business opportunity packets. So that's what you'll see in here. I've got some bags that have my recruiting packets, and then I've got my catalogs, and that's just what I use. So I can put this in my bag with all of my other stuff, and I'm ready to go. So that's how to prepare and the things that you want to have ready. And now let's go to the next document and let's talk about just the basic like anatomy of how do you move through an appointment. And this is going to be the same whether it's a group of women or one. I don't cut any of the parts. I do them all. I just might be a little bit more relaxed if it's one-on-one versus if it's in a group setting. You have to kind of be on your toes and keep things moving along. So we're going to take a look at that document of the anatomy of the spa experience. So number 1 is just a quick welcome, thanking them for coming and building a little bit of rapport as to like, what are we doing? And so mine, as you see written out there, is I simply say, you know, as a mom and a wife, as somebody who's working and involved in my community, my church, I'm busy, as you all are. I know how hard it can be to take care of yourself, to care about some things like beauty, to keep up with trends, and like much less rationalize spending the money. But I also know what it feels like to go into the bathroom and go, what is happening? Or to look at a picture and go, oh, okay, we need to work on some things. That's not a good feeling. And so my job is to partner with women to make beauty simple, that you know what you need and how to use it, that it works for your lifestyle and your budget easily. And so I just partner with women to do that, and I love it. So that's just how I introduce myself, how I explain what I do. I want them to hear a story that they can step into, not Jess is so awesome and Mary Kay is so awesome. I just want them to go, oh, I get her. Yeah, okay, she gets me. Boom. So that's my intro. And then I tell them what to expect. So the second thing is just what to expect. What we're going to do today, and I explain we're going to do a really awesome deep cleansing skincare set, and then we'll do a spa treatment if you offer that. That is amazing. And if you have a great time today and you don't spend a bunch of money, it's not your day to buy a bunch of stuff, I want you to know it's okay. I'm not going to get weird. So just enjoy and have fun. I do carry a full store of products. So if there's something that you do fall in love with, I can probably send it home with you tonight. That's up to you. So don't worry at all. When we get to the end, I do have a little survey that I'll have you fill out from tonight with just some feedback for me. And we'll sit down and chat real quick about that at the very end, where I can just ask you a couple specific questions. And then if you have any, you can ask me too. But if you have a good time tonight and you're like, man, this is good, Jess, I would love for you to work with me over time. I would love for you to be my beauty BFF and take care of what I need over time and, bring me samples and do that stuff, then awesome. We'll make a list of all the things that you're still curious about or would like to try. And tonight will be the first of 2 appointments that we'll do. The second one is a customized experience. You get to tell me what you want to try, and you get to kind of guide me along what would be of service to you if you want to do a full customized color look, if you want to do charcoal, if you want to do skincare. So you'll have a place to mark all that down, and I would love to do that with you. So that's how I explain to them what to expect. And you'll notice in there I mentioned they don't have to buy. I mentioned that I have product on hand, because that a lot of times perks people up, oh, I can take it home. I also mentioned that I have a survey for them to fill out, and that we'll talk at the end real quick. So I want them to know those things. I want to just plant those seeds so I'm not surprising anyone with a paper to fill out, or, hey, come talk to me. Wait, what? So I just want them to know what's going on. All right, so once we finish that, it's 2 to 3 minutes to share that stuff. We jump into this skincare. And so we start with the face wash. I explain this set and kind of how it works and what it's for, just out of the flip chart. Then we do the spa treatment. You'll see that's next on the list, whichever one they chose. I always have whoever's is the longest put theirs on first. So if I have a group of people and I have 3 different treatments, I start with the longest process and I get them on. And I set my timer on my phone, and then I do the next one. I explain that one, and then I'll do the microdermabrasion last, because that one doesn't actually have any sit time. So the nice thing is you're kind of cross-selling, because people are going, ooh, that one looks fun. I'm like, you can do that one next time. Absolutely, would love to let you do that one next time. So you're kind of, building up that desire for a next customized appointment as you go. And I try to comment about that customized appointment 5-6 times, because I want it to really ingrain in them, I get another appointment. I'm going to do more, that kind of thing. So once we finish those treatments, that's when they get the hot towel. So I give them the facial cloths when they wash their face with the cleanser. And then when they finish their spa treatments, that's when they get the towel. And I'm like, okay, I want you to drape it over your face, and I want you just to breathe and relax for a minute, just enjoy, and then rinse it off. And so they'll do that. Also, while they do the spa treatments and while they're processing, that's a time where I can share a little bit more information, and I want them to have a little bit of connection time. So while everybody's got that on, the information that I share is is this. And it's jotted down here for you, but I just say, okay, so I find that there are 3 questions that women want to know about our brand and about our products. Number 1, quality ingredients. So I am proud to tell you that we are completely European Union approved. Every product we have can be sold worldwide. So we do not use the 1,300 ingredients that Europe has outlawed, as opposed to most of the US, like 80% of the brands here use hundreds of ingredients that Europe will not allow. We follow their standards. You're not getting harmful parabens, you're not getting phthalates, you're not getting harmful fragrances, none of that. So you can know your face is safe. And we develop our own products. We make all of our products right here in Dallas. And so again, 80% of the other brands at the department store are all made in one warehouse. They don't actually even know to tell you that it for sure has something or doesn't have something in it. They don't produce it. We do. So you are getting legit, real product that we've designed and developed. And I'm very proud of that. So that's ingredients. Second thing is price. Where do we fall price-wise? So you'll find that our comparable brands online and in stores are going to be easily double to triple our pricing. It's just crazy. But we are super duper affordable compared to comparable brands. And you'll find you'll pay a few dollars more for our product than you will for a drugstore, Walgreens, Walmart kind of product. But the ingredients, the effectiveness, how long it lasts, and me is like way outweighs that little bit of money, to where I kind of feel like we're like Costco. You spend a little more up front, but you get way more. And it lasts so long. So that's price-wise. And then lastly, it's just the heart of our company. These days, you never know where the money's going, actually, when you buy from a company or support a company, and it's kind of overwhelming to think about. But I just want you to know that our company is based in Christian principles. To this day, we operate in a way that is designed to bring out the best of women and draw women together. So like this time where we're together, taking time to be together, supporting a woman in business like myself, and knowing that a big portion of that purchase is going back into the life of me, and that also your money is doing good around the world, because our charitable foundations put millions of dollars towards fighting domestic violence and cancers that affect women and children, building schools in China, just a lot of awesome things. And so you don't have to worry about where's that money going, or kind of even just feel slightly bad about it, because it's doing good. So those are the 3 things women typically want to know. Now, what about y'all? What are you excited about in your life? So then I turn it to them and try to get them to kind of talk. And during that time, I'll direct them to do the satin lips as well, because it feels good and it's awesome. And so once they're kind of done chatting and my alarm is going off, they've done satin lips, then I'll pass around the cloths, have them all wipe off, and then we will complete the miracle set. And so we do the day and night creams, one on one side, one on the other side. I kind of explain the differences. And I have them put the eye cream on. And then I always give them an option. I'm like, hey, if your face is happy, especially if it's evening time, if your face is happy right now and you just want to go home and put it to bed, fine, totally. If you're curious to try our CC cream, I do have that, and I'll explain how the CC cream works and pass that out for them to use. And so that is the product portion of the spa experience. At that point, once they're doing their CC cream and I've kind of got that explained, then I will turn to the next point on the anatomy of the skincare class, the table close. And this part's really important, where you're going to explain what you want them to do on this piece of paper. And again, you at the beginning explained, I have a little survey for you. At the beginning, you said you're not required to buy. And you told them you were going to sit down with them one-on-one. And so here's where you follow through on that. Say, okay, if you grab your clipboard, there's a couple things on here I want to mention. The top part, you can just fill out your basic information. That's awesome. A couple questions for feedback that I'll go over with you when we sit down and talk. Note I'm repeating. We're going to sit down and talk. So I'm just layering that in. And then I'm going to mention, okay, so number 4 says, what 4 or 5 sets would you put on your wish list? So this actually is referring to a special sheet. And on this sheet, there's no rules. It's not like something you have to do, but they have grouped up our most popular products in the groupings that are most popular, that women love. And so you can just see some of those options and you can make a wish list based off of these sets. What would you love to have if money were no object? You know, if you could just buy whatever you wanted, what would be the things that you would love or that you would like to try at your customized experience? Note, just layered that in again. They can try it at their next appointment. So if you find that you'd like to purchase one set, then you get an item half off. So for example, our basic skincare set is considered the cleanser and the day cream. If you wanted to purchase that to get started on some skincare, you could get the CC cream half price. If you buy 2 sets, you get a set half price. So, for example, our Miracle set, that counts as 2. If you wanted to start with that, you could then choose, say, the Flawless Finish and get that half price, or the microdermabrasion half price. Your choice. If you buy 3 sets, you get 1 free. So if you love the microdermabrasion and the Miracle set and you have to have that, you could then choose maybe a color set for free and pick that out. So this just gives you options and kind of what's available. And if you want to just jot on number 4, what would be on your wish list, what would interest you and kind of draw you in, that would be awesome. So it also is going to ask you about what you want to do next time and options that are available to you for that. Feel free to answer those, and we'll go over it together when we get done. So that is how I close out the appointment, explaining the clipboard. If you don't explain it, it's kind of like, whoa. So just kind of want to hit the highlights, and I definitely want to explain the specials because that can be a bit of like a lot of information, and I want to make sure they just understand what's going on with that. So that is the entire appointment. That should be 45 minutes to an hour to do all of those things. And then the second 45 minutes is going to be where you're doing one-on-one closes with people and talking to them and closing them out. So let me double check my notes and see where I'm at. Okay, perfect. So that gets you through the appointment. And again, you're having fun, you're interacting, you're giving them space. I try to make sure I'm not just blah, 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 or like rigid rule master. No, I'm just kind of sprinkling in my stuff, making sure they have fun, being the like fun coordinator, and then, making points as well along the way. Okay, so now let's talk about what do you do when you get with them one-on-one. There's a document for this. This is called the individual close document, and I'm just going to walk you through that process. So when they sit down with you one-on-one, you're just having them bring their clipboard with them, and I just literally look at it. I'm like, okay, what did you enjoy most today? Did you have a great time? Good. I want to be relaxed, engaged. Thank you so much for coming. I might ask them a question and go, so you enjoyed the face mask? Just let her kind of talk. Awesome. So when it comes to your face, you said that kind of how it looks without makeup is most important. Awesome. Okay. How did the products feel? Easy and smooth. And so you're just kind of interacting. You're reading off what they said, and I might ask a question about something, or sometimes they'll mention, you know what, yeah, I forgot, but this is one of those things, like tonight she had said, my pores, And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. And so I'm like, here, hold on. And I wrote down pore minimizer on her sheet and microderm. And I'm like, okay, so one thing we need to do together for sure is microdermabrasion. And so I was able to just engage with her around her answers and add to her sheet. And then number 5 is talking about being her beauty BFF. If you see the experience survey, which is in the email, you can see that. I should have made sure you had that pulled up as I was talking through this, but you're just walking through. So number 5, I'd love to be your beauty BFF, and it has them circle or star the things that they're interested in. So then I'll just see, okay, so for next time, you're thinking about contouring and dark circles and age-fighting options. Awesome. Okay, cool. So then I just go to the next page, and it says, what times are best for us to get together? And I'm like, okay, so best times for you is evenings or Saturdays. Cool. And then 5C, it asks if they want to have friends or if they want to do it by themselves. And I just go off of that. If they say I prefer to do it by myself, so cool. Probably for a one-on-one, Saturday mornings would work really well. What do you have coming up the next couple Saturdays? So you're just walking them through. If they're going to share it with friends, still set the date with her first. So I see like evenings and Saturdays. What are you thinking? Do you think you'd rather do it on an evening with some friends, or would you rather do it on a Saturday? I'm going to drive her towards a decision. Now, again, just like we talked about in class 2, I'm not saying, when do you want to do it? I'm not asking her to give me to spot off a date. I'm asking her to narrow down. So what do you think? Do you think you'd rather do an evening or a weekend? With friends, probably a weekend, like a Saturday would be better. Okay, cool. So let's see, and I'll pull out my calendar, and then I'm going, okay, so I could do this Saturday or this Saturday. Which one? Does one of those work for you? And she's looking, and we're talking. And if she tries to well, let me check with my friends and see, I first agree, like, oh, sure, totally. So I agree with her first, and then I'll say, and you know what I found is because life is so busy, first of all, just for us, but then also all of your friends, a lot of times what works best is if we pick like a tentative time, kind of try to shoot for, then you can go and talk with your friends. You can ask them and see if, 3 or 4 of them can come. It'll be awesome. So is there one of those Saturdays that would work best for you? Letting her answer. And we put our date down. And then just like what you saw in class 2, I'm explaining, okay, so I'm going to send you an invite. You can send it to your friends who want to come. Anybody who says, yes, they're coming, connect them to me, whether it's in a text message or a Facebook message, so I can ask about their skin and figure out all the things that they need. So I'm just kind of explaining that that's the next step and doing that. And then the last question, or I'm sorry, there's 2 questions. 6 is about the opportunity. And so you're going to see there, what did they put? And are you going to ask them to do a career chat? I don't necessarily depend upon their answer, but it's kind of interesting to see what they say. And just sometimes they make a comment about the opportunity. Like that's happened to me several times. They're like, I don't know that this kind of business would be for me at all. I am kind of looking. It just kind of opens that conversation to where you can set up a career chat with them. And then number 7, nominate some women in your life who would love a free charcoal facial. And it's like a referral. So they're sharing somebody with you. So that kind of walks through. And the goal of your appointment would be in a party setting. If you can have 2 women that purchase skincare sets out of the 4 or 5, that's awesome. That's 2 new super loyal customers. The second thing would be 2 women who decide to share that customized experience with friends, because now you have 2 new lead pools, 2 new, shoots off from your business where you're going to meet new women that you don't know. And then from each of those 2, there's going to be 2 new ones that go out. So if you can get 2 bookings for new groups at each party, that's huge. And I do try to get back together with all the women. Regardless of if they buy anything or not, I really want to see them again. And it doesn't always work out to happen like instantly, but next class we're going to talk about some of the ways that you can layer that in over time. And if somebody doesn't meet you immediately, you can circle back. But the goal is to try to schedule as many people as possible in the moment for those next experiences, and as many as are willing who would share that with friends. And then to identify, is there a woman or two in that group who you need to share this with, who need to know about this incredible business and this opportunity that could just utterly bless their lives or save them money or whatever. So the experience survey is the place, and that individual consultation is where the results happen. It is the results. If you had fun with them, and if you were, a nice person, this is where you gain the results from that appointment. And so when I first joined and got going, I was one of those people that was kind of like tried something, just kind of like went out and did stuff and didn't really like know exactly what I was doing, but I just jumped in. And my first couple of appointments didn't go so well, like not really had any results. And then I learned about sharing the agenda at the beginning, having the like survey type of thing, and doing the close at the end with the specials. And all the results changed in my business when I started doing that. And it was amazing. And so that is why I am like dead set on these surveys and on doing that close at the end, because that's where the magic happens. And I forgot to talk about the sale. Y'all, I'm so sorry. I skipped something really important. Back at number 4. So once you discuss her just response to the appointment, before you talk about what she wants to do next, you're going to do the wish list. And this is crucial. And I almost forgot about it. And I'm so sorry. So when you look at their wish list, I'm going to comment on it, like what she had on there. And then I'm just going to say, is it okay if I show you how the specials work with your wish list? They always say yes. Always. So that's what I say. Is it okay if I show you how the specials work with your wish list? Sure. So I'm just going to take a look at what she wrote down. And I'm going to calculate her wish list based on what the specials are. So if she wrote down 3 sets and the special is buy 3, get 1 free, or buy 2, get 1 half price, then I'm just going to really quickly jot down the pricing of those sets. So like I'm going to do it on here. Just real quick here, based on this person, she has a skincare set. She has the Skinvigorate brush. So that's the skincare set. Miracle set is 2 for 110. The Skinvigorate brush counts as a set, it's 50. So I don't know if you can see this, but I would just write 50 and 110 right there. And so I'm going to write that. And then in the same moment, I'm just going to combine them. So it'd be 110, and then the Skinvigorate brush would be half price because it's the 3rd set. That would be 135, and you can divide it into 2 payments. I've always offered 2 payments because that can really help someone. I think I did this right. So I'll write all of this out, and then I'll say, okay, so just based on your wish list. That's what I say. Just based on your wish list. This isn't me putting upon her. This is an example. You had this Skinvigorate brush and the Miracle set that you loved. So those count as 3 sets. So if that's something that you wanted to do, you would get the Skinvigorate brush half off. So over here, I have the Miracle set plus the half price would make it $135 plus tax. And you could break it into 2 payments of $67.50 as well if you wanted to. So that kind of gives you an idea of how it works. Does anything appeal to you for today? And I hand her the clipboard with my notes on it so she can see the pricing. And I usually grab my phone and I look very busy. on my phone. I'm not like, does anything appeal to you for today? I don't want to stare at her. I want to give her a minute to think, and I don't want her to feel rushed. So I just kind of, you know, look at my phone, or I'll open up my customers app and just kind of start putting her name in, just busy myself. And then usually she'll talk. She'll say either, no, I'm not going to do anything today, or, yeah, let's do that. Or, okay, so, and she'll be like, oh, now I'm understanding. What if I got this, this, and this? And then I'll do a new calculation for her. So they start to grasp it when you calculate it. It clicks, like, and it's numbers instead of just like sets and stuff and blah. It's numbers where she can go, oh, so for this much, I get all these things? Yes, done deal. You'll find that a lot. And so I do work through that part with her, and then I enter the sale in on the My Customers app on my phone, which we'll talk more about next week. I'll process her payment and everything. And then before I move on, before I give her her products, I move on and I finish the rest of this. And then when we're all done, I'll go grab her products for her. Okay? So glad that I had that realization moment. That's how I close out the appointment with each woman. And once that's all done, then I go to the hostess and I wrap things up with her, and the party's over and it's all complete. And if it's one woman, same thing. We do the same stuff. It's just her and me. And so it's, simple and very conversational. Okay. So I think that's all I got for you tonight. I hope that was helpful. I hope that gives you some good direction and things to practice. I would encourage you to practice. Run through this, verbally speak it out. I mean, even like literally this part, the close, like speak those words out. I still, when I make a change, I will still go through on the way to or from the appointment and like verbally practice what I want to say so that it comes out well and it doesn't, get all jumbled and crazy. So I look forward to continue on this fun journey. Next week, we're going to talk about what to do after the appointment and how to handle like the paperwork side, as well as time and kind of fitting this entrepreneurial stuff into your regular busy life. So I'm excited and I hope you join me next week.